LA Knight picks up a lot of momentum heading to next weekend's Crown Jewel match against Roman Reigns, and it seems like we're getting John Cena for a lot longer than originally anticipated. Welcome to the Crossman Wrestling Smackdown review. Yes, I'm doing reviews again. It has been a while since I've done a Raw or Smackdown review due to the lack of views they were getting, but I'm going to try it again. I'm going to see how they go. I'm only doing Raw and Smackdown, not doing NXT, not doing Dynamite, just Raw, Smackdown, and the WWE PLEs. Now, the show kicked off with the contract signing, which I thought would be better as the main event, but we got LA Knight in a show opening and in the main event, so that's a win-win for me. Roman Reigns made his entrance and LA Knight interrupted him, disrespecting the tribal chief. They got in the ring. LA Knight absolutely cooked Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman got the head of the table set up for Roman Reigns, but LA Knight sat in that seat, which means Roman was not the head of the table in this segment. LA Knight absolutely destroyed him on the mic. Roman tried to take down LA Knight with some wording, and Roman failed. It is very rare we see Roman not be able to get the upper hand on the microphone against his opponent. We saw it with Cody Rhodes. Roman absolutely destroyed Cody Rhodes on the mic. This time, Roman could not do it. LA Knight was not fazed by anything Roman said. LA Knight was just absolutely taking the piss out of Roman Reigns. He even mentioned suffering succotash. We all remember suffering succotash. Roman had enough and flipped the table. He then went outside, got another table set up in the ring. LA Knight took advantage. Jimmy Uso tried to make the save, but LA Knight put Jimmy through the table. This led to a backstage segment with Roman, Heyman and Jimmy, which they announced the main event of Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight. The Street Profits took on Carlito and Santos Escobar, and this match was weird because Rey Mysterio was watching from backstage and he was attacked by Logan Paul, and Carlito left the match to go and help Rey. Doesn't make any sense. Carlito left the match, the tag match he was in, left Escobar by himself to go and help Rey, when Rey had the other two members of LWO and even Dragon Lee to help him, but Carlito decided to leave his tag partner in a handicap match, which then led to the Street Profits getting the win. Did not make any sense. Carlito looked ridiculous, and I was not a fan of this at all. We got some backstage segments with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens isn't doing much since he made his return to SmackDown, and he's just doing some backstage stuff. Now, the first one was with Logan Paul. Not much really happened here, but the second one, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens said he could knock both of them out with one punch, and that's what he did. He made them look like absolute buffoons, and that was that segment. Now I'm going to give some opinions here with this next match, and it's probably going to annoy a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I'm here to give my opinions, and if you don't like them, you don't like them, that's fine. If you agree, you disagree, that's fine. Opinions are allowed. Now, my opinion here, Shotzi. Shotzi. So I never liked the original look of Shotzi. It was not for me. The green hair and all the face stuff. It's not for me. So I thought, okay, if she goes back to her natural hair color and stops being gets rid of the grab look, I might be able to take her seriously. But she's doubled down, and I know that she cut her hair because her sister has cancer. Now, as someone who has watched many people very close to me die of cancer, I believe I am qualified to say I do not like this look. I do not like the spikes. I do not like that she's doubled down with the face. I don't like the look of Shotzi. I can't stand the look of Shotzi. I'm sorry. That is just my opinion, and that opinion will never change, unfortunately. Shotzi gets the win against Chelsea Green, and that was that. We then got Cena and Solo Sikoas segment. So Cena comes out and says that he's lost a lot of matches, he's not got many wins, and he needs to pick up a win against Solo Sikoas. Heyman comes out and says that Cena will be better suited doing what Heyman does because he has the voice, but Solo Sikoas will take Cena's voice away to rid WWE of John Cena. And that's exactly what happened. Solo comes out, hits the spike on Cena, and this builds their match for Crown Jewel. Now, this match was announced on X, and I miss the days when matches were announced live on TV. You had the anticipation, the intensity of, we'll meet at this pay-per-view. And that doesn't happen anymore. It happens sometimes, but they just announce it online, and I'm not a fan of this. I'd rather get that big pop of, we'll meet here. And well, they don't do that anymore. They just announce it and they go with it on TV. I then got a video package for Cedric Alexander. Now Cedric is by himself because Shelton was unfortunately released. A decision I'm not a fan of, but it is what it is. Shelton seemed to be okay with it, so it's all good. So with that video package, this led to a match between Cedric and Dragon Lee, and this was a pretty decent match. Dragon Lee picks up the win. I remember Cedric, I think it was Cedric in this match, against Mustafa Ali. It was the WrestleMania 34 pre-show for the Cruiserweight title, and oh my god, that match was an absolute banger. Hopefully this leads Cedric to build some momentum after this and gain some credibility. Something I'm not a fan of is cinematic wrestling. Now, I'm happy that the Brawling Brutes are doing something. I like the Brutes because I'm British, obviously. There's some bias there. I like Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland, even though he injured Big E in a freak accident, Ridge Holland, he's big. He's likeable. I like Ridge. Now, I'm glad that they're getting some TV time. I'm glad they're getting some character work. What I'm not a fan of is all this cinematic stuff with Pretty Deadly. They did it last week, they're doing it this week. They have a fight, they had some lighting, they had some music. They're in, this time they was in a pub, it was a pub brawl. And why is there a cameraman? I know it's picking, I know Jim Cornette does it very often, but this is something I've always picked apart, even when I was a kid. A casual fan, I thought to myself, why is there a cameraman there? And why are they not in the arena? This doesn't make any sense. Why are they adding music? Wrestling is supposed to look real, and this does not make wrestling look real. I know it's very picky. A lot of people do like this kind of thing, and unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. Sometimes it works, like with Team Hell No when they used to do their stuff back in the day. It was somewhat entertaining, but when you're adding all this music and everything, it's just not for me. But I'm glad the Brawling Brutes are actually doing something instead of just being absolute jobbers. We then got a quick segment of Bianca Belair challenging Io Sky to a match at Crown Jewel. And that was that. No interest here from me. I don't care about this segment. I don't care about these competitors. I just don't care, sorry. And the main event, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. LA Knight picks up the win in a decent match. Roman attempts to spear LA Knight just like a couple of weeks ago, but LA Knight moves and hits Roman with the BFT. Now, I'm not going to give too many opinions here because I'm saving that for my Crown Jewel predictions video, which will be coming on Wednesday. I originally was going to do it on Tuesday, but I'm going to be doing a Raw review, so it'll be Wednesday. So that'll be saved for there, but LA Knight is opening SmackDown, main event in SmackDown, and he's come a long way from being Max Dupree. Fucking Max Dupree. He's come a long way from being that male model manager that I first saw him as, because I never watched NXT when LA Knight was there. I know LA Knight was in TNA as Eli Drake, but that's at a time where I didn't take TNA very seriously. So my first impressions of LA Knight was Max Dupree, and taking someone like me who first saw him as Max Dupree to making me feel like he should be a main event top star within a year, LA Knight has done a fantastic job, and we will see what happens at Crown Jewel, but I will give my thoughts on that on Wednesday. The SmackDown overall wasn't bad. I liked the opening, I liked the main event. Everything else was just there. It was just some of it didn't make any sense. Some of it was a bit weird. Carlito looking like an idiot. The Brawling Brutes thing, I like that they're getting a push, but meh. And Shotzi, please send it to NXT or something, man. I can't deal with it. I'm gonna have to start skipping everything Shotzi is in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.